Okay. So, my friend, they rolled a 3. I mean, I rolled a 3, they rolled a 3, and I rolled a 3 again because we had to, redo the dice roll. That's really cool, 3 threes. But then eventually they rolled 2, and that means I go first for winning the dice roll. I start with 2 Commandramon, a Nanimon, Ogremon, Magnetramon. Your hands are pretty whack, but most of the time, you'll get a rookie. My thought process is I want to evolve Commandramon because he has a 3 play cost, and I want him to be safe for an attack. And then I'll play the 2 Commandramon just to memory choke them. On their turn, they're just gonna be at. Once it becomes my turn, I'm still gonna have a Commandramon and, 2 Commandramon on the board, but it's the difference between giving them 2 and 3 memory. I think that's pretty basic, which most people will understand. Eventually, I'm thinking I want to save my Ogremon for once they get a champion. And out, because that's mainly what I use him as removal for. So I just save Ogremon. I'm most likely going to play Nanimon as just a 3-drop. He's just a 3-drop, level 4. It's pretty easy to pass the turn with him, which is really nice. So, Lorelei, she plays a tie. She has the Agumon new inheritable, which helps search. So I just go up. My game plan isn't going to change, I just want to attack and die. I activate Pagumon first, so I can just... Either I draw a card, or I mill a card, or I put an unfavorable card to the bottom. So usually I like to activate Pagumon before Commandramon, because usually it sifts through more often. And then onto the 3 checks. Unlucky. I'm thinking I'm probably not going to see a Darkstramon for the rest of the game. It's pretty hard to, a lot of times I don't find Darkstramon, so I'm just that was probably one of my biggest chances. I got Commandramon, so I might as well just throw him in there. I suspect he's going to die. He doesn't. My plan was to play a 2-drop Hagurumon to memory choke them, and if I was going to do that, I knew Lorelei was just going to, with Agubond deck, probably, the 5-cost option that just deletes any number of Digimon that adds up to 8k. It's something blaster. But this changes my plan, because I know they're going to be set to 3 memory, and so I don't want to choke them with Hagurumon. It's a great rookie. So I just think I'm either going to go with Nanimon or Commandramon. I end up going with Nanimon, and even though it isn't very cost effective, I just want to save my rookies because this deck really needs to hold on to rookies whenever it can for the draws and raging. That's what's pretty important in this deck. Okay, Lorelei ends up taking out the big boy, Greymon, which has security attack +1 against my deck, which I don't really... I expect it to get 2 of its attacks off. It does have 6k, so it can die to a few things or a few options, but I suspect it might live. And she activates her Agumon effect to add the same X1 Agumon. That Agumon has the effect of, when attacking, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 red Tamer or 1 red Digimon with Agumon's name. So she ends up checking 2 guys that does not kill her, and there she goes for Atomic Blaster. I was sort of expecting that, and I die. There's just the effect if you want to see it. I get 2-drop Commandramon, which is pretty decent. I evolve into the 4-cost just to save on memory, because I don't want to hard play it. Then I'll play Ogremon for 5, and I'll trash a card to kill it. I'm just gonna, save up my 2 costs, because I wanna, save... just spam out rookies, trash Commandramon so that accelerates a Darkstramon if I do get it. And I think it's going relatively decent. We're pretty even, but eventually she's going to get the bond, and that will, like, help her out. So, in fact, it's slightly unfavorable, but... And I don't have many options besides just spamming out little dudes, which have no effects, or playing my very big Magnadramon for Recovery 2, which I don't want to do that yet. So we just wait to see what happens. So, pretty unluckily, she plays down a Greymon for 6 to kill off Ogremon. And then I draw Ultimate Flare, which does absolutely nothing against her Greymon. Either I spam out 2 Hagurumon, which I know are going to get Atomic Blastered away. It's basically looking like it's my loss already. I just zoom out to take a quick look at her hand. She has plenty of cards. I definitely know she has the bond or some type of removal. So I'm just like, I could spam out dudes, but like, all she needs is like a bond. She'll get the memory from attacking with Greymon. So she's basically... She'll start at 3 from Marcus, gain a memory from Tai, so she'll go to 4. If she just attacks with Greymon, gains a memory, she'll go to 5. Then all she needs to do is bond for 3, kill, and I'll be at 0 security, because that's 3 checks, and evolve into a hybrid. So I'm basically just like, I've lost no matter what. I'm just gonna go for like an attack, because my guy is gonna die eventually, Commandramon. And then I'm gonna go for my Magnadramon play, because I think I have to. I end up attacking, which... Horrible misplay. I mean, to be honest, like, I was probably gonna lose the game no matter what, but there he goes, he dies. He was probably gonna die either way, but it's just really unlucky that I checked a Greymon. So now I've just accepted my fate. I'm just like, plop down a Commandramon, pop down Magnadramon, and that's just, I have to do it. There's no other way. If I just set down another Hagurumon, they don't even need a hybrid to win. So I popped down Magnadramon, Recovery 2. She raises, you know, it's totally such a good play because she didn't gain a memory from raising. Well, I'm just kidding. It was like, I'm stuck in a corner. I draw Ultimate Flare, that's not really gonna help me out. However, if you're gonna, even if you think you've lost, you have to play the best that you can, because Digimon is a game with huge comebacks. So, yeah, always play the best actions. There's always a chance in your security and whatnot. So I continue playing this with the best I've gotten, but I know I'm gonna lose. After thinking about it for a while, Lorelei attacks Greymon into security. Thankfully, it trades with Commandramon. If she checked, it would have been probably bad for her if she checked Ultimate Flare or Iron Fist Onslaught, but that's okay. She's basically got in the bag. Right now, her goal is probably to keep on crushing me down. With 5 security, she can't go for game instantly. So she needs to, like, figure out how to, like... She needs to especially count her memory to figure out how to choke me and how to, like, just get rid of my board. Just keep on stomping me into the ground while I'm already at a low point, which is, of course, the best thing to do. There goes down the Gaia Force. Goodbye, Magnadramon. Attack into security, and this is where, you know, it's casual, so you may not especially like it, but she goes for the Marcus Damon, but eventually, she takes back to play to better choke me out. And I like, because we're good friends and we're just trying to learn here, but I'm just giving you a heads up. So she checks Commandramon. They'll further accelerate a Darkramon. She eventually decides to attack with Agumon. I'm just like, oh yeah, baby, you die to Commandramon. But it doesn't really matter. She'll place down another Agumon to pass. And it's my turn. I draw. I know I basically can't do anything. Flip over. Get Pagumon. Then there's Agurumon. I decide to just attack into security. And it is the Bond himself. This is where I messed up. I shouldn't have played Mechanorimon. I'm going to play Mechanorimon to just stop these two, but I'm just like, well, what if she doesn't have the Bond? But in the end, it doesn't really matter, because, spoiler, she does, and Mechanorimon gives a target for the Bond to destroy. And, you know, Bond needs to destroy a target to trash a card. And that's what ends up losing the game for me. I could have played Ultimate Flare, which isn't ideal, but I think that was my... Well, technically, I should have played Iron Fisted, killed Geogreymon, then, with no target on the field for a Bond to kill, she doesn't go into Bond, and next turn, I wait her out to spam her board with rookies with all the memory I give her, and then I play Ultimate Flare to try and deal with all the Agumon. That's what the correct order should have been, but I end up just playing Mechanorimon because I'm an absolute fool. And you'll see she's just going to go quickly because she knows she's basically won this. And I don't exactly have security to rely on. All I can rely on is Breath of the Goddess, I think it is. That will stop your opponent's Digimon from attacking, and if that's the very last card that gets checked. However, I don't even have enough Digimon to go for game, so it doesn't matter. Darkramon is trashed, and then Izzy, Izumi, and Jokido is played, and then she attacks Greymon, going in for game. We also realize that if I got Izzy on that very last one, I could have checked the top three. Actually, I could have checked the top three to gain a memory, and then when I pass over to my turn, give me 3 memory. So then we go on into game 2. Since I lost, I decided to go first, and I got an excellent hand. I just go with the same strategy, evolve Commandramon, play 2-cost Commandramon to choke her out. I'm drawing a bunch of Commandramon, which I'm not exactly liking to see because everything in my hand is a 4-cost drop. So I'm hoping she won't choke me out. And I also realized since it's early in the game and I don't expect her to have Bond, it's an easy time to go for hard playing a Mechanorimon. So she ends up playing the Agumon. I draw. Okay, I attack into security, hope to die. Again, I activate Pagumon first because I think it just helps, like, thin out the rest of your cards. It helps you draw more rookies in this very security-based deck. And, you know, if I get rid of, like, an Ultimate Flare, I might increase my chances of seeing another Commandramon. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't... Well, really, but... Anyways, I see Darkramon to Iron Fist Onslaught, so I'm just like, probably not gonna get Darkramon. It sucks to see him off of one of those effects. Atomic Ray kills Commandramon, I'm okay with that. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna give her 3 memory by hard playing Mechanorimon. She'll have to do some whack. She'll have to play a card to kill it, which I suspect she's gonna do sometime soon. So she ends up playing Baptism by Fire that deletes any Digimon with 6k DP and below, and then it can kill any Digimon with blocker. It's pretty nice if you want to kill 2 dudes, but there's not many blockers. So it's nice if you get the kill, but you can't always get it off. So Mecha Norimon dies for only 3 memory, and I think she should have attacked into security because she just ends up passing. I think she wants to like keep her board up. So anyways, I evolve into Commandramon, the 4 cost. Just because by having 5k DP, you typically survive going into security. And it's also really hard for Atomic Ray to like kill a bunch of dudes with 5k DP. So I'm hoping that he'll survive a security check. And then I end up just going for the Ogremon, only giving her 2 memory. And I decide to trash a Commandramon. I keep the blocker because, well, just because I already got like a 5 cost Commandramon, and I'm going to kill her Agumon X1 because I don't want her to Digivolve off of it and start drawing cards from its effect. I want her to keep on bricking, so I'm just really I take advantage that it doesn't look like things are going the best, and I just keep on stomping her into the ground, and that's just how you play. So she falls into Geogreymon, which I'm glad I killed the X1 because I knew she was going to evolve off of it probably, and now she doesn't get to activate its effect. She doesn't even have a tie to activate that's Agumon, so yeah. So there would be like really no reason to kill it. Then she evolves into the new X1 Skullgreymon. This has security attack +1, 8k DP, but at the end of attack it has to delete itself. However, when it dies, you can play Agumon from your trash at rest. So I draw. I think it's relatively good for me. I'm just going to attack him with Commandramon. I know she could attack over it with her Skullgreymon, but I have Breath of the Gods in my hand, and I'm just hoping for it to survive, which it does, and I'll just end up playing Breath of the Gods for 2 to basically give it reboot. Which is really nice, because that'll mean I'll just get like a second attack with it. And then I'll choke her by playing Hagurumon for 2. So Lorelei sees the opportunity to try. Well, she has to try and clear my board because she's only at 1 security. So she goes for an attack with Skullgreymon over Ogremon. This is where she forgets that it dies on deletion. That it dies whenever she attacks with it, and I missed it at first too. But yeah, she goes for the play to just try and stop my try and stop me from going for game. And then she attacks in with her Agumon, which promptly dies to a Magnadramon. She plays Baptism by Fire to delete one of my Digimon. She debates about it for a while, but just ends up. I forgot who she goes with. She wants to make sure that I don't have Dartramon potential, but it seems pretty unlikely. However, well, we'll see what she does. This is the point where we realize that her Skullgreymon dies, which I don't think which was like the misplay, because I don't think she realized that in the first place. And then she goes ahead and plays down her Tamer searching Agumon, and promptly just ends up finding nothing, which is sort of sad, and it's at rest. And after eventually thinking about it for a while, she decides to kill off my Commandramon, which I have the inheritable Agumon to search the top card of my deck. And it's a black Digimon, so I add to hand. And then to start my turn, so I draw a card. I'll evolve into Commandramon. Right now, I'm seeing that I could attack my Hagurumon over her Agumon, or I could swing into security, but I realize that if I attack Hagurumon over it and then play a Nanimon, if she has Atomic Ray, then she'll just end up wiping my board and still have one security left, which I can't deal with it with just my one Commandramon. And it doesn't even matter that her Agumon is alive. It's not like she's going to be able to get out a tie if I choke her with one memory of Nanimon. So I just end up letting the Agumon survive because that's the better play that helps me go for game sooner. Again, if she has no... I don't care what's in her security. If it kills me, I die, but she'll have 0 security, and I just raise up and go for game. Because I suspect she doesn't have a blocker. I think I accidentally drew... Oh wait, no, I drew off a Commandramon. So here I go for a check. She gets tie, which is sort of concerning, but again, I have Nanimon. If I choke her at one memory, it's not like she can gain memory to go into Agubond, unless she has a Gravity Crush, but even then, there's just no way she wins. And yeah, she just goes for the Gaia Force. There's nothing else she could do. And that declares the end of the game. Swing with Nanimon. And the amazing thing about this deck is that it has a bunch of security removal. So, 2 Iron Fisted onslaughts in a row, which is really nice. However, she never even got to see that, which is unfortunate. Would have been really awesome for hype. So going into the next game, Lorelei goes first because she lost, and I end up having a pretty decent hand. She goes for the tie, which that sets me at a bad memory. Ideally, you want to evolve with your 4-cost Commandramon to save like on its 4-cost memory. However, my only other option is to play 3-cost Commandramon after that. So if I evolve for 0 and then play a 3-cost Commandramon, either I have to pass and give her 3 by playing nothing, or I have to give her 4 by playing another Commandramon. And if you've noticed, this deck bricks a lot. Well, it doesn't brick a lot, but it gets low on its hand sizes. So you really want to like play you don't want to play that many cards because you'll just end up bricking yourself that way. So what I end up doing is I evolve into the 3-cost Commandramon, draw, and even though I'm not playing out a 3rd Commandramon, I'll just end up giving her 1 memory, choking her, which I think is the better play. And it's sort of sad because the longer the game goes on, the more momentum she gets with her tie, since every time that she gains, well, you know, a memory and draws a card, so the more turns, the more favorable it is for her. So she goes into security, 8k from Demi and Agumon, and I'm just like, well, nothing's really gonna kill her unless I get a good option card, or like a big dude. And yep, it's just Commandramon. Whatever, it accelerates my security. And right now I'm debating, it's just gonna keep on surviving through my security. So, and it's not like I want to play Iron Fisted Onslaught for 8 to kill it. So at this point, I'm basically just like, well, I gotta kill it with my 5k DP Commandramon, because even though it's 8k on its turn, it's 5k on my turn. Also, I want to attack with my 5k Commandramon first to delete it, because if I attack into security with my 1k Commandramon and check Atomic Ray or Gaia Force, she can get rid of my Commandramon and it basically does nothing. So in this order, you want to attack with Commandramon first, so you at least get the effect off, and then attack with Commandramon. Also, a general tip against when going against red with, well, Agubond, and if it has heavy security, you want to attack first and then play your dudes. So, like, after I attack and get rid of my 5k Commandramon, I attack with this 1k Commandramon before I play down any dudes. So I die, and I'm just like, woohoo, I die. I activate Pagu first, get rid of Izzy and Joe. And woohoo, there's some more Commandramon. I go for the on-deletion Commandramon because it really sucks to Atomic Ray and then play another guy. So, and again, I'm faced with the same dilemma, where I can either play a 3-cost Commandramon, but that'll set me to 0, and then I have to either pass or play a 4-cost Commandramon, which is just, frankly, getting too much memory and is, like, depleting me of my rookies. So at this point, even though I want Commandramon to be out a turn earlier so it can die faster, I just end up playing another Commandramon. I go for the blocker Commandramon because, like, I realize, it has blocker, and I feel like it's probably going to get Atomic Raid, and my 5-cost, everything still gets deleted, no matter what, if I play my 5-cost or not. So I'm just like, whatever, put down the blocker. I'll block if she attacks with her Agumon, just for a trade. And right now, the game's definitely in my favor, because I have 2 Commandramon, one of them being my on-deletion, and I already have set up a bunch of other dudes. I'm in the position where what you want to think about is what you're going to do for the next turn. If I get 2 memory or less, then I want to hard play my on deletion Commandramon to pass the turn, after I finish my attack. And if I get 3, then I want to play my 4-cost. However, if I get more than 4, if I get 4 or more, like, say, with Atomic Ray, I planned ahead that I get 1 draw for the start of my turn, and then I get 1 draw for evolving, and you sort of gotta think that you're gonna have 2 draws to figure out how to do something about that. But it doesn't matter, she gives me 3 memory with the second tie, probably going in for a huge play. I attack with Commandramon, hoping it dies. I can evolve whenever I want, and I sort of want to see what happens on my field before I do evolve. My Commandramon dies, and I get another Commandramon, so it's, like, undeniably lucky for me. And I have a feeling I'm going to win this game. Attack with my second Commandramon, it dies. My trash is extremely accelerated with D-brigade, so I know I can get Darkramon eventually. I just end up evolving into my 4-cost, and I just want to pass and choke her at 1 memory with my on-deletion Commandramon. Because I know she's going to end up... Because I know she's just going to end up going to 3 memory anyways. Might as well just choke her out. It's just an optimal play. So she raises, draws 2 cards, gains 2 memory. And let's see what she does. Also, fun tip, or just pro tip, sort out your cards in your hand. It makes it so much easier to think about what your next plays are going to be. However, if you're, like, on a really pro level, be careful. And this would be like extremely tryhard, and I don't expect anyone to do this, but your opponent could watch and see if you're sorting cards and figure out your hand, but I don't even see how that'd be likely. So she ends up going for the Greymon for 2. You know, she doesn't go for Agubond because she doesn't want to deplete her security yet. And she'll attack in. I'll have 8k from her inheritable, so I'm just like, whatever. 2 checks. Nanimon. Oh my gosh, that's unlucky. And then Iron Fisted. So Nanimon is play from security, and Iron Fist kills it. So I got 4 attacks to go against her 2 security. And at this point, it's... well... if she hits Atomic Ray, you know, if I hit Atomic Ray, I'd be pretty bad. Or if she plays Atomic Ray, it'd be pretty bad, but I think I still have everything no matter what. In this situation, if she played Atomic Ray, I could, if I got another Commandramon off of this on deletion, I'd have enough memory and enough Commandramon and trash to play my Darkdramon. So I could win if she Atomic Rayed and I got a Commandramon off of this Undeletion Commandramon. But no, she doesn't have Atomic Ray, which is really unfortunate for her, and she just chokes me out because she doesn't want me to get my mega awesome Darkdramon play. So I'm just like, well, I'll just attack into security and figure out where to go after that. She doesn't have anything in raising, so I know she doesn't have guaranteed game memory unless, of course, you're talking about the one card, Gravity Crush. So I know if I choke her at 1, she probably can't even go into Bond in the first place, or go for a Goonimon. So I'm pretty certain I can just start swinging into security. So I go in, 1k, I die, oops, pick everything up. I'll just let my Commandramon go trash, and yeah, good luck with that. I play Blocker Commandramon in case anything funky happens next turn. And then I'll just attack in with my other, with my Nanimon. She can't Atomic. If she gets Atomic Blaster, then she can't kill off both of these at the same time, since both of their DPs add up to 10k. And if she gets Gaia Force, then I can't kill them both. So there's really just nothing that wins her the game right now. So there we go. Swing for game. It's GG. I check my security, Darkdramon, Commandramon. So, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. This is sort of a game to, like, slightly teach people, like, how to play, because sometimes there's people out there, or, like, I just wanted to go through, like, the thought process of playing a Digimon card game, and this is playing from Commandramon's perspective. So I hope you've enjoyed.